Let's breathe in. I will be able to tell who the blocker is and use my intuition. Let's exhale everything else. Yes, this is look, you gotta find your true match. Okay. So let's tune in. What question you got for us, Juliana?
Question for you is, what is 3 attributes or characteristics in a woman that you look for as a partner?
Fits. Feminine. Discipline. That's just 3 that I can think of. It goes more extensive than that, but those 3 are like the first 3 that I think about.
Okay.
Fit, feminine, and discipline.
Definitely have all 3 of those.
She said she got all 3 of those. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thalissa, come on, girl, help us out.
Alrighty, and so my question for you, I'm also someone who prioritizes health and fitness and wellness. If I am looking for a genuine match, if I were to get injured so much as that I wouldn't be able to work out for about a year, and to me, partnership is also about longevity. If I ended up putting on some weight and I was so frail and couldn't go to the gym for some time, as I said, about a year, how would you approach that situation? Would you still be invested in the relationship? And how would you communicate to me some of the things that you're feeling if you are going through hardship?
Trying to be thoughtful. Yeah, absolutely. And be thoughtful. So you didn't ask to be injured. You worked out. Maybe you did something. Maybe you could have done something different to prevent the outcome of an injury. But nevertheless, we're here. You're injured and you've lost some gains, or if you lost some of your stature because of that. For me to leave because of that is that's not a person of character that would do something like that. I would not do that, right? Now, if it's, not a situation where there's an injury and there's a choice involved, and, my physical desires is like, hey, I like a certain look. If that happens, then that's a different conversation. And it's a conversation that's had thoughtful. Somebody may be depressed, they may be going through things. It's not an automatic, get away, being thoughtful about it, but also I gotta be thoughtful about my needs too. So just circling back, I'm sounding all corporate. Circle back to your question. No, I would help usher you through that process. I can imagine a person that would leave in that scenario. Maybe there are people out there. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there like that, but I couldn't see a world where that happens.
Is it for better, for worse, for richer, for
That's
poor?
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You said that.
Okay, that's a good answer.
All right. Okay. Thalissa, if you were Frank, which of these 2 ladies is the blocker? Which one is here for a connection? Why and why not?
I would say, in my opinion, sorry ladies, I would think that Juliana's the blocker.
Why?
I think that she is answering with her genuine interest and input. However, I think there's a little bit of a distraction with the focus on fitness. And I did hear Frank's response as soon as you responded to that with traits that he looks for in a woman. The very top of mind being fit, because you have a really compelling story. And so I think that's why I would say Juliana, in my opinion, would be the blocker.
All right, same question to you, Juliana. Why are you not the blocker and these 2 ladies are blockers?
That's a good question. Okay. I would say that I am not the blocker just because even though I do value fitness, you are right, it's not my personality. I also am very goofy. I just it takes a little while for me to fully trust and open up, but once I do, I'm very caring and just allow myself to be goofy. I'm very silly. So I just believe too, as far as connectivity, I see that too in yourself. And even though you are disciplined, you kind of have a structure in your life, you also can let your hair down and you like to have fun. That also is me too. So, and I would say too, I'm just very self-aware person. So I think that's where I lean kind of more on my strengths with the gym and the fitness, but just being as an intellectual and knowing myself, I like to play on my strengths.
All right, why are these 2 ladies blockers, in your opinion?
I would say probably I'll start with Talina, thank you. I'd be mixing up the names. Talina, just with the gym. I know you said you do go to the gym. but you don't lean on at as much, and kind of wanting to do more your own things with the like winter, like with it being like a winter bird, and kind of wanting to do like what things that you want to do, and not prioritizing like the connection or even like him. So that's why
But
I
didn't
would
you
say.
say that you wouldn't change your future goals for the person, but you saying you want her to change her future goals, or that's the reason why she's a blocker, because she was uncompromising?
Well, I think though it was more so the 10 years, like the whole 10-year goal. She had said like, look, I'm not doing it. So that's where it's not compromising at all. Because as far as like partnership, it can't just be one-sided.
But you was the first one to say that you wouldn't compromise.
No,
in
I
that
did say I
regard.
would compromise.
Talina, you're making a face. Did she say she would compromise?
I would say that I would compromise in the
Okay.
sense that I wouldn't just, as far as like the traveling one, would want to make sure that, okay, we could still travel.
Okay.
But it wasn't just like, okay, I had to stay here. I had to like leave all the time.
Okay.
Um,
All right. That's a good. Talina, same question. Why are you here for a connection and the other two are blockers?
I'm here for connection because, well, I see that I feel like everyone is playing to his strength in fitness, obviously. And I do think, even with the snowbird comment, like I said, I just moved to Chicago. I would love to live into Chicago, but we're just going to also have a home there. So if that's okay with him, which, I mean, if he's my partner, he would know that that's something that in my 10 years I would like to afford with my significant other. So not necessarily getting rid of his wants and needs, but just being able to compromise and settle in between. However, I do believe that I'm here because I want to get to know more about him, but also I want to make sure that these ladies are not distracting him from me, and that's why I decided to ask her a question and not him a question.